I have shingles. Has nothing to do with the rest of the contents of this video, just figured, life update. Alright, so am I making my 2024 update video more than halfway through January? Yes, none of my New Year's resolutions were to be timely. 2024 was one of the most formative years of my life, and I really just wanted to share that exploration and that journey with you. I've been on YouTube for almost a decade. There were many times, even just during my YouTube career, where I quit, then started again, quit, then started again, figure out why I was making videos, maybe lost that reason, maybe took a break for my health, took a break because I had nothing worthwhile to say. And 2024 was the year that I realized I still love doing this. Now with me transitioning, I feel so much more connected to the specific audience and the specific people I'm talking to. But I do think the things I'm saying mean more now. And that gives me more of a reason to keep engaging in this hobby that I love, even at a time where I'm the busiest in my life. Because 2024 was also my first year that I completed a full year of college. I'm in college for court reporting. That was a long journey in itself because I never thought I would be alive long enough to go to college. I always thought I was going to kill myself by the time I turned 18. And the fact that I've overshot that by 8 years, the fact that I've moved the date back so many times, the fact that I've procrastinated upon my suicide to the point that I no longer have an age or even have a date in my mind. And I've allowed myself to think about my future and the necessities required for me to live that future in a more dynamic and fulfilling way is magical and not something I could have envisioned myself being able to do. And as the months passed, I sort of realized, wow, I've learned how to be happy with very little, but that doesn't mean I can't strive for more. And that's when I decided to enter college. That's when I realized I want to have an actual career. I don't want to work at a liquor store forever. Sure, there's nothing wrong with it, but once I realized that there was more available to me, I decided to expand beyond the boundaries that I had unconsciously set for myself. And 2024 was the labor of that decision. I'm hoping to finish schooling this year and by October be able to become a stenographer. I think I would have been afraid to admit this years ago, but I want that so badly. And it feels so scary to want things because when you want things, sometimes you don't get them and you have to admit to yourself, that's disappointing. Or you can lie and say, actually, I never wanted it in the first place. And I spent a lot of my life lying to myself and diminishing the value of things that I sought after but never gained. And all that did was numb me. Sure, it numbed me to the disappointment, but it also numbed me to tiny victories, to happiness, to the thrill of pursuit of any endeavor. 2024, yeah, I experienced lots of disappointments, but it's only because I wanted so much. 2024 was also the year that the best relationship I was in ended. For 3 years, I wanted that relationship. I wanted to move in. I wanted to get married. I wanted to have kids with this individual. And then the desires I had for myself and the relationship I wanted began to evolve, or perhaps never changed in the first place, but the relationship itself got to a point where I realized my ideals aren't lining up with what would make me happy. I had been in this stability for so long, and I didn't know what was going to be awaiting me on the other end of that. You sort of assume instability if you're leaving something stable, but after the breakup, I entered some of the most beautiful, wonderful friendships I've ever had in my entire life. On the day that my ex informed me that she wanted to move out, I called Lisette, a girl at the time who I'd really only hung out with 3-4 times. I was like, hey, remember how I wanted to buy your bed off you? What if I give you more money every month to just sleep in the bed while it stays in your house? And she just was very okay with that. That person who I really had only like had a few conversations with, and that person who like I'd only known for a few months by that point has now to this day become one of my best friends. The friendships I made last year are the friendships I think I had been dreaming about for a very long time. Connections that you think only were able to happen in your youth, like with exuberance, with that like foolish, blind optimism. Lisette, Alyssa, and I were all talking on the couch one night, and Lisette was saying, I don't feel the need to be in like a romantic relationship because the friendships I have are so potent. Could there be something stronger than this? Like, why is the assumption that romantic is stronger than platonic? Oh, I just wholeheartedly agreed. That's not to say that there weren't some like romantic entanglements for myself in the past year. Naturalmente, once the breakup happened, I got back onto the dating scene. I will confess, it happened very soon after. My bad. I've always thought, especially as a polyamorous person, I've always thought I had it in me to be a little bit of a whore. And 2024, the latter half of it at least, was the year that I decided, hey, I'm going to explore that a little bit. And I realized, not for me. I really wanted to be the type of person who could like hook up and like lose count of my body count and like sleep with someone every weekend. And I realized, no, very much like, oh man, I wish I hadn't had sex with that person because we could have been better friends type vibes, you know? So that's what 2024 was. But it was lovely to learn that about myself. You know, I think I just like attention. I think I like it when people like me. And to get people to continue to like me, I have to like invest some energy back, and then I'm the one who falls for my own trap. And then I'm having sex with you and realizing, oh wait, I don't think I wanted this. I think I just wanted validation. The validation I wanted was like fulfilled once I knew for sure that you wanted to have sex with me. Us actually having to seal the deal, not necessary for the emotional catharsis I was looking for. Learned that. Which basically means I'm just not gonna fuck as much. Or if I do fuck, it'll be more meaningful, you know? It won't just be like a drunken, I'm attractive, you're attractive, let's explore each other. But yeah, the fucking transition, probably put trans haha formative in the title, haven't even talked about the transition yet. It's going well. Like, well, it's been a bit of a roller coaster as a gender fluid person. I've changed my medication so much, solely because as soon as my masculinity starts to like diminish a little bit, I'm like, I miss it. But then as soon as I feel like my masculinity is coming back and my femininity starts to ebb, I'm like, no, wait, I want that back. I'm still Spider-Man trying to save Mary Jane and the school bus of children, like struggling to hold on to both in a way that makes my desired androgyny happy, I suppose. I've been on HRT for a year and a month now, and the progress I have made and like the reflection that looks back at me from the mirror is astounding. Like fucking like I've come a long way. Like it's subtle, and I'm also wearing makeup right now. But my cheekbones are more defined. I'm starting to develop breast buds. My hips, I could bear a child. My ass, fat. My titties, not quite there. But hey, check out my ass. I also just feel like emotionally I'm more in tune with who I am. Like once you break through the barrier of playing with your gender presentation, there's not a whole lot else that like that's such a fundamental aspect of who you are as an individual. You fill it out on passports, you fill it out on official documents, you are assigned it like so young, and it's part of like the entire social dynamic that you live in. And then one day you break through and you realize, oh, this is all bullshit. It's bullshit that's real in the same way an LLC is a bullshit that's real, in the same way that like organized governments are bullshit that's real. We all agreed to this, and therefore we've created this tangible fantasy. But I feel like I'm gendering so hard, and it's been delightful. For the most part, I'm so happy with my transition. I'm still like aware that there's more for me to like reach towards. I do want to feminize like a bit more. I do want my breasts to like develop a bit more. But like Also, fuck me, because I want to like be just as strong as I am now, which means I guess I have to work out, and I want my dick to work. But I don't think that's too heavy of an ask. Every day, I get to wake up, actively take medication. That feminizes me. And I get to be such an active part of my own expression to the world, but mostly to myself. I get to live knowing that the standards that have been set for me since before my birth, for millennia, can be broken. I never really felt so as connected to the queer community as I do now as a result of my journey last year and as a result of the videos I've been making. We've gained like 3,000 of you in that time. And the support I've received from all of you and the connections I've made because of this are so heartwarming. I'm so happy to be a somewhat important person in some of your lives. I don't want to get like too big of a head about it, but I like to think that these are meaningful videos and that you guys are getting something out of it. And that like me sitting down in front of my camera every other week, speaking for an hour, means I'm not just sitting in front of a camera. It means I'm talking to you. And that you're helped by this. And that maybe you're able to gain more confidence in your own journey, or to gain the confidence to start your journey. 2024. I've come out of that year leaving some bad habits behind, perhaps picking up some new ones, but armed with the knowledge that I know what I want. I gained what I was looking for: friendships, my transition, this community. And I'm the happiest and most fulfilled I've been in a really long time. Have a good year. You're sexy.